In this section, we are going to talk about the tools we use during monitoring our traps and on identification days. So first than anything, we are going to need our traps. If it's collection day, you would like to maybe just go around into the different spaces where you have your traps and collect them. Sometimes it will be good to bring with you some floor maps where you have notes about where you put your traps down and the numbers and all the identification of your traps. If you can do this in a space where you have all your tools and you can do this with enough space and light and tools to do this, the better. Sometimes we go around galleries and we just want to look what is on my trap. A very quick look if I'm, for example, having a problem and I want to check. If that's the case, bring a light source and some magnification tool. These ones are very portable, so maybe you can have just these two, open your trap and just use the light of your magnification lens, or have another light source and just have a look and just look what is in there. Besides from the very basic tools, there are some other ones that are going to help you better during your monitoring your traps. Some of them are permanent markers. Permanent markers can help you, and if they are in different colors, just to put a mark next to the insect you are checking, and you can have some system where you might choose one color for a specific day that you are going around the galleries, and you can just put back this trap there, and for the next week or month that you are going to check what's happening, then you know what you've already seen before. So it's sort of like a reminder tool of what you've seen, or maybe highlight something that you are not really identifying well. Some of the tools that you can also bring during monitoring and collecting traps, or not even collecting traps, just when you are walking around the galleries, is bringing with you some plastic containers. The smaller the plastic container, the better too. And if you can have some pair of tweezers, good too. You can then pick up the insect and just put it on your plastic container and close it and bring it with you to a place like this one where I'm just looking better into with another magnifying tool. You can also bring some plastic bags and put there anything that you need. So this is very handy. It comes very, very handy. And sometimes just tape and some scissors. Just have that on a toolbox where you can put these, bring it with you into the galleries, and this will be, I think, is the basic to look and do a quick check of your traps. Now, if you are on your identification day and you are collecting all your traps that you have placed in all the different spaces of your buildings and you are going to replace them for new ones, bring all of them with you and you have a better look in a place where you can have some other tools that are going to help you with identification. Because when we are just starting, we don't know exactly what we are seeing in our traps. First, because insects are very small, but besides that, some of them can be as small as 1 millimeter. Some of them are similar to others, seeing it with our naked eye. So it's very important to have another aid that is going to help us to really do identification in a best way. So at the museum we have a chem lab where we have an stereoscope, and the magnification of the image is really great. But I found this microscope. It's a Wi-Fi microscope that I can connect to another device that could be on a screen in an iPad, for example, or a phone. I'm just trying to look if I can show you something here of what I'm looking just there on my trap. So slowly is appearing the moth. Because it's not really clear, I will need maybe an extra light. So that's why it's also very good just to have some extra space where you can have better lighting, giving me a lot of the characteristics of an insect. And I can go and look into smaller, for example, I put here a dot. This is a book louse, and there you go, you can maximize also with these new gadgets some of the images that you have. You can also find, for example, for magnification, when you have so much to see, you can use, for example, magnification glasses that people use for knitting or for jewelry. Some other of the tools that we are going to need a lot when we are doing identification and monitoring our traps are going to be identification guides. Identification guides can be found on different forms. Most of them are printed and are printed on, for example, books. Please grab something that is specifically for museums. We're going to have a lot of the information of the type of pests found causing damages in cultural institutions, and their descriptions of what they like to eat, the sizes, the colors, descriptions of characteristics and traits that are important during identification. So these are really good. There are also some other publications that can be shorter. This is a poster from English Heritage in the UK, and they have also the main insects that cause damage in collections, and they have a small, for example, graphic next to each of them showing what is the real size of that insect when you are looking to it on a microscope or on a magnifying the image. There's another nice one that I found lately that is from the Southwest Museum Development. It's called Save the Museum. They made this card game